gosh.
I think they're better. I think they're better.
Hold on, controversial
I think
statement.
I think
Controversial
they're better.
statement.
I
Think the
I want you to lie right now. I want you to lie. Go ahead and lie. Water, man.
You just drinking some water? Just try and stay
Yeah,
hydrated.
man. You gotta stay high. Got to. It's a must.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Liquid IV. That's all I gotta say. You know what? You ain't even sponsoring us yet, but Liquid IV. Liquid IV
Yeah,
go crazy. It's
Liquid IV
really
is cool. Yeah,
I
it's
like it because
cool. I
like
rock with it.
if you haven't had it for a while and then all of a sudden you like drink it, you like feel it just like go all throughout your body and just be like you finally getting all the vitamins you're supposed to be drinking.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah,
staying
yeah,
hydrated is
yeah.
very important, kids. Stay hydrated. Don't drown yourself.
Yes, please
Did you know
take
you
it.
could drown
Yes.
yourself from drinking too much water?
Yeah, it happened to somebody when we was like kids. I remember there was something on the news. It was probably like I want to say like mid 2000s, and it was about somebody that like they like forced somebody to like drink like gallons of water and they like drowned themselves. So yeah, it's a
That's
thing.
crazy.
It's a thing. So don't drink too much water. Just be
Yeah.
hydrated, whatever that means for you. So
Isn't it? It's supposed to be like your ounces, like your body weight, like half your body weight in ounces, right? That's how much you're supposed to have in a day.
half your body weight in ounces. Yes, in theory, yes, yes,
Yeah, so like if you weigh 200 pounds, you're supposed to have 100 ounces of water a day.
yes, something like that. Yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Stay hydrated. Well,
yeah.
anyways, welcome back to the pod. It's your boy Will, and with me always, we got Tweez in the building. Welcome back. We're on episode 5. Yeah, I think it's episode 5, right?
Yes,
All right,
5.
episode 5. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you share this with a friend. Leave some comments below on maybe some controversial things we talked about. Because last episode we talked about something that was a little bit controversial. Go check out our Instagram and our TikTok to go see a clip that we posted from the last episode about top 5 quarterbacks and see if you agree with whatever I said. If you don't, it's all good. We're gonna agree to disagree. But anyways, thanks for coming back. Tweez, how you doing, bro?
I am doing okay. Uh,
Just okay.
yeah, yeah, I'm doing all right. Can't lie. I'm still
You
kind
were
of.
sick.
I've been battling like yes, so I've been battling like this. I don't know what it is, like a cough or something for about a week now. No, 2 weeks. No, it started not this weekend, but the weekend before. It was like
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, I want to say. It
Yeah.
started, I had an itchy throat, and then went away within a day. And then I kept coughing, and I couldn't figure out why. And it was something similar to what happened to me like when I first started working my new job. Uh, and it just came back again. So I just think it's just the allergies of being there because it's just a dirty job. It's just so disgusting there. My boy
What
froze. Yeah.
happened?
I don't know what happened, but needless to say, just a
What?
brief recap. I got sick. I'm still recovering, and my job is like you have to be make sure you take care of yourself, or you will be sick a lot. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, you're like, if you from the Bay, like, if you take BART, you know it's not like the cleanest thing ever. So you be finding some nasty stuff if you try to ride BART just to get from town to town. And I could just imagine like the different stops that you got to be getting off at and like just how horrible it is in there. I mean, it's probably mostly due to like the homeless situation that we got over here in the Bay Area. That they just everywhere, and if they gotta use the bathroom, they gotta use the bathroom. Or if they gonna be doing drugs, they gonna do it and just leave it there. So yeah, it's probably just nasty. They need a like hire some kind of company to come through and just start cleaning everything. Like, I don't know, but even
Well,
like
they
San
do.
Francisco, I know that they just got like they got Dookie all over the streets and all that too.
Well,
So
they
like,
do. They have people that clean it. Just they do it so much to the point like even when they do clean it, it's just gonna get
it
put.
don't help.
It doesn't really help because like there's such a stain, and on top of that, like they just do it the very next day. So like it doesn't. Somebody's going to come and replace it like the next day.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really. It helps for
Well,
to an extent, but not really. It's just yeah. It's just a
you better
very.
wear
It's a
a hazmat suit going to work now.
Yeah, like for real, like I'm wearing one every day because like it doesn't make sense how you could constantly get sick there. It's just very dirty.
Hmm.
You have to wipe everything down, and like even the people that clean, like they don't really. I think they clean. I just think it just gets dirty very fast, and like uh people have very poor hygiene. So,
Hmm.
there's so many people touching the same things over and over. Like you could sit in the same seat that a person at work just came off a 9 to 5, or somebody that just finished doing fentanyl on the seat. They could have
Yeah.
sat in the same seat, like, and then next thing you know, you sit in the same seats that somebody had their dog that probably got fleas and shit. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah. It's just nasty.
it is very nasty. So, like, you try your best. It's very hard to do. You try your best, but it's only so much you can do. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
it is what it is, man.
Well, you
But
better keep some hand sanitizer like
oh, I
in
do.
your pocket.
I keep some in my car. I keep some in my pocket while I'm at work, and then like every day I come home, I take a shower, I put my clothes in a dirty clothes hamper. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I don't let anything I wore to work. I'm not wearing twice.
Yeah.
Um, Shit like that. So it's just like, just little things like that you try to. It's hard. I keep like Lysol and shit, and I spray off all my shit. I mean, all my clothes rather. Excuse my French. I spray off all my clothes
Hmm.
when I'm done with my shift. So, you try to keep yourself as clean as much as you can. It's just, yeah,
It's just hard. Now I get it, but make sure you like do you keep stay hydrated. That can help a lot.
that part
Vitamins.
too.
Vitamins help a
Vitamins,
lot
I was
too.
definitely lacking in that department. Make sure you take your
Hmm.
vitamins. It's coming in the winter season. A lot of people tend to get sick. I've heard a lot of people be sick this week. I think my mom was sick. I think my auntie was sick. There was a few people that was sick.
Yeah.
So,
It's just getting to that flu season.
yeah.
So, but anyways, man, week 9 is officially over of the
Oh,
NFL. We're
man.
halfway through the season. Halfway through.
We kind of went by pretty fast.
It did actually. Like now that you think about it,
And
it went by
I'm
crazy fast.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck with you. A little underwhelming, to say so myself.
What part?
I think just the whole thing in general. I just think this season has not really been a memorable season up to this point. I
Hmm.
think one, because of injuries to a lot of teams. I
Yeah,
mean, Dallas, the Niners, even the Dolphins had an early season injury bug. The Texans are going through an injury bug as we speak. There are a few like playoff teams
the
that are dealing
Bucks.
with the injury bug. The Bucks, the Rams, they just got their players back. Like there's just a lot of teams that have went through the injury bug early to the
Yeah.
point where a lot of these games just not really been. And then the game, like they're doing me wrong, there has been good games. I don't want to say it hasn't been good games, but it just hasn't felt like a memorable season to me, personally
Hmm.
speaking. Like I haven't really looked
It's just
forward to
because
watching
each team's not at like full caliber right now. It's like,
that part. I didn't haven't really had the watching games hasn't really been the funnest. Even though, like I said, there's been games that have been good. I don't know. It's just a weird season, I think. At least for me, I would say. Um, even with my Ravens being good, it just feels odd. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'm gonna just say
You
that
never
it's
felt this
there.
before with any other season?
Not really. Like I think like when I watch the games, I'll be like, oh, like there's been seasons that's been I don't think as a whole been good, but there's still been like memorable in certain moments. I don't know, it just seemed like earlier this year, I think with to me, I think a lot of the injuries were definitely and I think it's not even only injuries, it's been injuries to good teams at that. Like a
Hmm.
lot of players have been missed out on a lot of good teams that feel like, it's direct it's changed the outcome of a lot of teams. And also too, it's just like a lot of the teams, if I correct me if I'm wrong, I'm gonna look real quick just to make sure I'm not tripping, but like you look at the top teams right now, right? Like you look at the Chiefs, that's kind of expected. The Chargers, they kind of expected where they at. The Raiders, Broncos, they kind of expected where they at. You go to the NFC East. The Commanders has been nice to see. The Eagles, kind of where I expected. Dallas has been trash because of injuries. The Giants, expected. I don't know. It's very weird. Like the NFC West is like a big mush pile of mid.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. It's just weird. Like it's not the season I thought I was gonna get was not what I thought I was gonna get. And I think for me, I think it's just very, I don't know. Like so far, midway through the season, I give this season so far probably like a C plus, B minus. In my opinion, like it hasn't really been like a lot of the primetime games been, I guess they've been good for what they were, but
I don't think so. I feel like there's a lot of primetime games that have been happening that's kind of like I don't really want to watch that team play. Like maybe in the beginning of the season they had like these expectations that these teams were going to be like a really good team, but it just happens to play out the way it did and it kind of like comes down to it and you're like, there's maybe like one game a week, one or two games a week on a primetime, televised slot that just it's not like the game of the week that you would want to watch.
yeah, like the games, and mind you, if you look at the scores, if you watch, I'm pretty sure most of them, like, and the crazy part about it is a lot of the primetime games, I don't think there's been any that's been like blowouts. Like, they've been relatively close. So it's just like they've been, I guess, good games in theory, but I don't know. I just haven't really bought into the season as much as I thought I would. And I think it's probably why I've missed, like, I ain't really been watching too many of the games because I feel like I just haven't really bought into the season because it just feels weird. But
Yeah.
that's my weird 2 cents.
Yeah. No, I
Right.
definitely agree. I think it has been a little bit underwhelming just because the injury bug, primetime games haven't been that good. Um, but I mean, there have been a lot of surprises this year. I mean, like you said before, with Washington, no one's expected Washington to be at where they're at right now. Um, we had high expectations with Chicago just because, Caleb Williams coming in there and
I was gonna say, who had high
Swift was
expectations? You
coming.
did or me?
I mean, a lot of people did. A lot of people thought like with Caleb Williams coming in there, with Swift coming in, and just having that offense that they have, that they would be a lot better than they are, but they're not. Um,
I had to probably disagree with that. I think
you
people
thought they were gonna be
probably,
trash out the gate?
yeah. I don't think nobody thought they would be good. I thought okay, they're sitting at 4-4, so they're competitive, right? I think this
Yeah.
is probably where people would expect them. I don't think nobody expected them to be a playoff team, if that's what you're saying.
There's a couple people I talked to that were really expecting the Bears to be one of those teams. Kind of like how I was always like looking at the Lions and I was like, "Oh, we got to watch out for the Lions." They was kind of talking about like, "Oh, we got to watch out for the Bears this year." You don't think so?
Nah.
Yeah. I mean, as of now, I don't
Nah.
think so either.
Yeah, nah.
But in the beginning of the season, I was kind of
I
like,
didn't
"Okay,
think that to
maybe."
be I didn't think that to begin the season. I thought it was between the Lions and the Packers. I'll say the Vikings has probably been the most surprising of that whole situation. With
Yeah,
them
no one
being six
expected
and
that.
two. But yeah, I don't think nobody expected the Bears to be good. Hell, if we want to be keeping a buck, the Commanders ever exceeded everybody's expectations up to this point. I don't think
Yeah.
nobody had the Commanders sitting at 7-2 going in
Mm-mm.
halfway into the season.
I couldn't even tell
Um,
you who Jaden Daniels was before the season started. For real. I didn't even know. I didn't know who he was until it started.
oh, sometimes I wonder why we do a football pod. Um, yeah, I'm with you though. I get what you're saying though. Like I guess people would have thought that the Bears would have been good, like a good. But my thing was that I think that talent wise, I suppose so. I just know that he was a rookie. It is hard to expect a rookie to perform at that level. Hell, even with Jaden McDaniels, I said Jaden McDaniels. I'm thinking basketball. Jaden Daniels. With him being 7-2, definitely is still a shocker. I don't think
Mhm.
nobody would have thought they would be this good either. So I and even with Caleb Williams, like he's not playing. I mean, he's not performing the best, but they're not bad either. They're a 500 team. Like they're literally can make a run and make the playoffs. So, but I don't think they will. I think they'll just kind of fizzle out at a certain point. They'll probably finish maybe like 6-10 or something, 6-11, something like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I didn't expect the Bears to, I didn't expect the Bears to make the playoffs based on the fact of who they had to play against. I thought the Lions was always better. I thought the Packers was always the better, and I didn't know if they would be better than the Vikings, but as of right now, I don't think they are better than the Vikings today.
Oh
So
no,
yeah,
definitely not.
I don't know who the Bears would have been if they can be better than those three teams. So
Yeah.
yeah, um,
No. Well, yeah, there's a lot of surprises that we had, but speaking of some surprises, this
mhm.
past week we had two probably like very historical plays that happened. I don't know if you caught them.
Historical play. How did it?
Historical plays.
Okay.
So, first of all, that catch by Garrett Wilson. So the Jets was playing. Who did the Jets play this past week? You know what? I don't even remember. Oh,
Houston.
the Texans. So
Yes.
Jets was playing the Texans, and they came out in them black uniforms. They was feeling a little different. But I don't know what is going on. Maybe because Devonta Adams is there now to kind of help out and like relieve some of the pressure off of Garrett Wilson, but
Yeah.
he has been going off now. That Devonta Adams is there to help him out. But he had this one play where they chucked it to the back of the end zone. Brumman did like a whole Jordan logo. Caught it one hand and it barely got his shin in the back of the end zone to make it a touchdown. I mean, you could look at that, you can say like maybe it shouldn't have counted as a touchdown because it was so close, but I think they said it did count because his shin touched the back of the end zone before he rolled out. But did you see the play? Did you
No, I'm
catch
looking at it
that?
right. I'm
The
looking at it right
highlight?
now. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. I've seen some people talking about like, oh, this is better than OBJ's one-handed catch.
Nah.
Nah.
Sorry.
Nah, OBJ still got it,
Yeah.
but this one is definitely up there. Like, I'm pretty sure people will talk about this catch for years to come, just because of how crazy he like had to stretch out to catch it, and like, yeah. What are you seeing right now?
I'm looking at the play.
Mm-hmm.
So what did they consider? They consider that a touchdown because of what?
Because when he comes down with the ball, his shin touches inside the back of the end zone. So yes, you can do the 2 feet touch, but he didn't
Mhm.
have time to do that. So what they looked at was did his knee go down or did like his butt go down? Because I guess that kind of counts. So I think it's like either your elbow, your knee, or like your butt has to touch the ground inside the field for it to count. But they said because if you watch, his shin barely touches inside. That's why they
That
counted
wasn't
it
a
as a
touch.
touchdown.
That wasn't a
So that's what
touchdown.
I'm saying. You could
That
argue
wasn't a
it
touch.
either way.
That was a touchdown because if you look at it, your leg has to complete. That wasn't a touchdown. I get what they're trying to. That wasn't a touchdown. That wasn't.
Okay,
That
well,
wasn't.
they counted
That
it as a
wasn't.
touchdown.
That
They
wasn't a
gave it to
touchdown.
him, and they have that all over social media right now. That catch. They already have people that are like TikTokers and YouTubers making like videos about it and everything. But if the refs didn't get it right, then they didn't get it right. But it was too close to
Fantastic.
call.
Great catch. Great catch, nevertheless. Personally, to me, I probably wouldn't call that a touchdown. I mean, I guess the shin touched first, but you can see his leg was out of bounds. Like it wasn't. It was
Like
out of bounds. He
his
was out of
upper body
bounds.
was out of bounds, but they said because his shin touched before his upper body touched out of bounds, that they counted that as a touchdown.
Yeah, I've never heard that's a new. That must be in the new in the rule book. I was always taught you had to. I was always told you had to put 2 feet in. If you couldn't put 2 feet in, it don't count.
Yeah,
Or if
it's
you
just
slide, if you had to slide, your whole body has to be inside in the zone. But whatever, I guess. Personally, I don't think that was a touchdown. Hell of a catch though. I'm looking at it now again. I think that was a really tough catch. I know I wouldn't surprise if that was top three. That's probably one of the top three catches I've seen. But I'm sorry. I don't think we'll ever there's not too many catches I feel like will ever top what we seen from Odell that year.
mhm.
Literally, like he was like you gotta hear my he was falling backwards and caught it with like the tip of his fingers like this.
Yeah.
I personally don't feel like you will find too many catches that's just as complex as that. I don't nah.
Mhm.
Give me the OBJ catch any day over
Yeah.
that. And
Unless
mind
somebody
you,
recreates that.
and that was unrefutable. That was a touchdown. This one, you could
Mhm.
make an argument it wasn't a touchdown.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, nah, I'm good. Respect the catch, though. Great catch by Garrett Wilson, but nah, give me
Yeah.
OBJ.
Well, there was that catch, and then there was like I don't know. This is the coldest hurdle I've ever seen in my life. Uh, during the Eagles game, did you see this one?
Yeah, when
Saquon?
Saquon Barkley jumped backwards, yeah, he did
Yeah.
hella moves and jumped backwards. They was talking about how they was making there was a joke on Twitter talking about how they was like, yeah, watch this be on a trailer of Madden next year as the new feature.
Well, I mean, it was crazy. Just to like, if you go back and you watch the highlight of it, just to hear the crowd reaction when they replayed it on the big screen was crazy. So Bremen, he just Hurts threw him the ball. He started running. I think he broke maybe like two guys, but then he did like a spin move, so he was already facing the wrong way, but he knew Bremen was coming behind him to hit him. Man just jumped in the air. You just see dude try to truck him upwards, and he completely missed because he jumped over him. And yeah, it was crazy to see like just the I don't know, just the sense of like where he's at and who's coming at him is crazy to me. But
Yeah, I don't know how he that is a play that is just a level of awareness and being able to react that
hmm
is unreal. And that's why Zaquan Barkley is loved the way he is because of the talent that he is. And actually to keep it a beam, I'm looking at the play right now. So as he's looking, he juked, he hesitates, he has these one player, he has these spins, and he looks and he sees him. He sees him coming. He turns, and it's like he turns and he has his head like to the side, so he can still have an idea of where he's at.
uh-huh.
He just jumps over him, and bro tried to like hit stick him a little, not hit stick him, but tried to hit him high
hmm
and just got cleared. And then obviously he got leveled and stuff. But it's just like those are the type of plays
He
where
gotta
you
go
look
home. He gotta go home after
after
that.
that, like you go back to the huddle like, ah shit, what y'all want me to do? Y'all see what he just did? Like I'm not, yeah, I don't, yeah. When you got players that can do that to you, that just tributes to the level of talent that Saquon is, and that's the reason why Philly got him. It's
hmm
because when you got that dynamic of a running back that can just read and react and make highlight plays like that on the fly. It's tough to defeat. It's tough to defend.
Hmm.
But that was just amazing. That was a wonderful play by Zaquan. You could literally watch that all day and be like, dog, how did you know like that was the right thing to do right there?
He's just sitting in the
No,
air.
I don't think nobody in their right mind would be like, you know what? Mind you, he already came from juking two people. He juked one, spent off another, and said, you know what? I'm not gonna run head up with you. I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna act like I'm gonna just take this hit and I'm gonna just jump over you and not thinking like there's other players that's gonna come hit you. Yeah, that was incredible play. That was probably, even though it didn't, I mean, it didn't amount to much. It's probably one of the plays of the year, just one of the moves of the year. And I
Hmm.
know I don't think nobody would have thought about jumping backwards to jump over a defender like that. That's insane.
Yeah, no,
He,
it's
what made you like? No, what made him do that? That was crazy. So
yeah,
shout out to Saquon, man.
yeah.
And they won.
So they did. I mean, Hurts has been kind of doing his thing now too. I don't know.
And
He the past two games, he's been stepping up. He stepped up the
and
past two games.
he kind of mid. Nah, he been alright.
He's
Just
been good the
yesterday,
past two games.
he alright, man.
But
Alright.
yeah. So I just wanted to bring those two plays up because I think those were like I said, historical plays that will be talked
Wow.
about for years to come because those were
Barkley's,
insane.
yes. Tay, Garrett's, Wilson's, I don't know. They may try to throw it in there, but I don't know. I think of Jaquan Barkley, though, that would be talked about for a while. Like
No, yeah, that
just
one definitely.
random, just random run plays that was just like remarkable. Like, yeah, that was one of the ones.
Yeah. Well, uh, we do want to bring this up. There
What's
was
up?
a significant trade that happened over the past week or two. You want to
Uh-huh.
talk about it?
Damn. Do I want to talk about it? Not really, because it kind of ruins my life. Um, but I mean, for those of y'all who have not lived under a rock, DeAndre Hopkins was traded to the Chiefs. This was 2 weeks ago, if I want to say. He played
Yeah, it's two
last
weeks ago.
week. So last week was his first game. He got traded for fifth round pick. Next year that will become a fourth round pick. Um yeah, I guess that's what you get if you want a Hall of Fame receiver. Just give up a fifth round pick. It's all yours. Um,
That's messed up.
I guess, like, whatever.
That's a steal.
Yeah, I mean, for the Chiefs, it's a steal, and it's understandable because it takes a team like this Chiefs to kind of open that up. Because D Hop, as great of a talent he is coming off a couple years of not necessarily not good, but like we know that he still got stuff in it. He got some gas in the tank just because, but he went to Tennessee and they don't really have an offense, so it's not
Mhm.
much DeAndre Hopkins can do with that. So he definitely had to get up out of there. And yeah, I think that going to the Chiefs, I mean, it doesn't change nothing for. I mean, let me say not change nothing. It doesn't change nothing as far as like they are going to continue to keep doing what they're doing, and that's to continue win games. I think he makes the offense that much more dynamic and a great even to what today. He had 8 catches for 86 yards, 2 tugs, averaging 10.8 yards a carry. It's an automatic first down every time he touched the ball. Um, yeah, man. I think the Chiefs are just DeAndre Hopkins to the Chiefs is just I don't know. That's like DeAndre Hopkins to the Chiefs is just basically like in basketball terms, that is it's not KD to the Warriors, but it's
Jordan to
like
the
Drew
Warriors.
Holiday. Nah, it's more like it's like either like Drew Holiday or like a Derek White to the Celtics. where like it's almost like overkill to
What if you
have him
put
on the
Steph
team.
on the Bulls when Jordan was there?
No, because the I'm trying to be give him a more realistic player because
Oh,
DeAndre
because D
Hopkins is
Hop's
not
not that
Steph.
good no more.
He's no, he I don't think he's ever been Steph. I don't think he's ever been Jordan or KD. I think DeAndre Hopkins
Yeah,
has
I
always been
guess.
a top receiver, but I'm talking about is the player he is now. I think if you would have said this like when he was the Houston Texans, he would have been more if like KD went to the Warriors. If he would have went to like let's say who was good back then. Like if he would have went to the Patriots or something when Brady was there, that would be like adding KD to the Warriors.
Hmm.
But as of now, in the back end of his career, I would say he's more like a Drew Holiday or a Derek White, where they're still a top player at their position or a respectable competitive player. But when you put him around a team like the Boston Celtics or the Chiefs that's already stacked, it's like shit. All right. They don't really they don't really have it's not much you can do to really stop them. And I mean, now you got Kelsey, he went 14 for 100. You still got Xavier Worthy that you have to worry about. You have Rasheed Rice, but he's out for the year. But whenever he comes back, because I'm pretty sure DeAndre Hopkins will still be there. And then now you have Kareem Hunt that's getting back in his bag, where Kareem Hunt at a point was one of the better running backs in the league. And then I think after an injury, kind of struggled to find a team and got back to his home team, which is the Kansas City Chiefs. And he had 27 carries for 106 today with a tug. So everything is clicking for them. Obviously, I mean, you can nitpick and say that they're getting calls to get go in their favor. They definitely get away with a lot more as far as like false starts and stuff like that. And there's literally video showing that, which is kind of disgusting. But they just the 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 road stops at Kansas City. You want to win, you got to go through Kansas City, whether you like it or not. And DeAndre Hopkins is pretty much adds to that no matter what, they are the team to beat. Period. Everybody on their healthiest day, you still have to go to Kansas City. So
Yeah, I mean they're still
yeah,
undefeated, so
yeah, and they'll
nobody's
probably be
beating
the
them.
favorite. They'll probably be the favorites to win this year. They are
A
still the
three-peat?
favorites to. Yeah, they'll probably three-peat this year. I wouldn't be surprised if they three-peated this year. To be honest,
Do you think anybody leaves after they three-peat?
hmm?
Do you think anyone significant will leave after they three-peat?
I think Kelsey probably retires. I think Kelsey retires, and then that's it. What else? Who? I mean, everybody else young. Ain't nobody old over there. Pat Mahomes just getting started. They already got a bunch of young talent anyway. Nobody on that team is old for real. And I think
Hmm.
either they already paid or they good.
You
Excuse
think
me.
you think they trade to get Tyreek Hill back?
Sorry. Sorry, y'all. I'm sick still, so work with me. Um, no. If they would have did it, they would have already done it. And
Hmm.
unfortunately, I think Tyreek Hill still costs too much for them. And if I could get DeAndre Hopkins for a fourth or fifth rounder, I'm trading for that before I have to go back and get Tyreek Hill any day.
Yeah, that would be a huge like ask of Kansas City to try and go get him. Like they would have to get rid of some significant stuff. So yeah, no, it makes sense. But yeah, no, D Hop going to the Chiefs is I mean, I didn't expect him to go in there and have a game like he did today. I thought he was just going to come in and kind of just help relieve the pressure and just help like give advice to the young guys out there that are, starting off and trying to make a name for themselves. But no, he came in and he showed like, hey, I still got it. Like if you need me to go, like I can go. So um yeah, it's just unfortunately that's the Chiefs and they're just getting scarier as time gets goes by. And like you said, not gonna be surprised if we see them in the Super Bowl again. Everyone's probably gonna expect them to hit that three-peat. Um so yeah, Chiefs got it still. They
Yeah, pretty
definitely got
much.
a steal out of that one.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay. Next thing I want to bring up is what you think's going on over in Dallas right now? Because boy, they are trash. It is
Uh,
bad over in Dallas.
I don't know.
Before injuries, even before injuries. Nothing. Nothing to say about
I don't know,
Dallas.
I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to think. I mean, because with Dallas is a very interesting
Because like they
thing.
both they got two big payouts, which was Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. Both got their bag. Then this season they haven't been actually performing at the capacity that they probably were expecting after giving them the bag. And Dallas has been struggling a lot. They've been losing critical games. They just are not clicking. I don't know what's going on exactly over there. Now they got injuries to where CeeDee Lamb, he hurt his shoulder. Then we see Dak Prescott, I think he hurt like his hamstring or something, and he's gonna be out for several weeks, it said. So now they got Amari Cooper or Trey Lance, whoever they choose. But I don't know. I feel like Dallas has always talked about being that team, and they're like, oh yeah, look, we're gonna be great. Their defense has been horrible this whole season. And yeah, it's just Dallas is not showing up this year. I don't know what's going on, but it's just horrible, horrible over in Dallas right now. You see anything?
Yeah. Uh, Not really. I mean, injuries are part of the game, so it's inevitable. I don't necessarily would say they've been hit with the injury bug, even though I keep looking week to week through the injury report and I keep seeing the same players. So yeah. I haven't really watched any Dallas games this year so far, so I don't really know what to blame or who to blame or
Mm-hmm.
what to look at. But what I can look at, statistically speaking, is let's see. When it comes to the offense, they are averaging 21 points a game, which ranks 20th in the league, which means that they're middle of the pack offense. 14th in yards per game, 22nd in yards per play, 19th in third down conversions, 27th in fourth down conversions, 31st, which is dead last in red zone conversions, and middle of the pack in touchdowns a game. So, needless to say, offensively, it seems like they're in the middle of the pack compared to previous years. They were usually a top five, top 10 offense.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you go to the flip side and you look at their defense, that's where you start to see red flags. They're 31st in opponent points per game at 28, which means they are the second to worst defense in the league. They are 27th in yards per game, of yards given up per game, which is 364. There are 12th in third down conversions, which means they usually get stops, or they're pretty decent at getting stops, but they're in the middle of the pack. They're 26 in opponent fourth down conversions, which means they if somebody goes for it on fourth, they might probably still get it. Opponent red zone score, and they are 32nd, which is dead last, which means anytime people are in the red zone against them, it's an automatic. They're going to score at 76%. They're pretty much going to score if the Cowboys got to play defense. Um, when I'm looking at the Dallas Russian defense, they're dead last in Russian defense. Their pass defense, however, is looking from what I'm looking at, is pretty good. Look like one of the better pass defenses in the league. Um, Pretty mid to middle of the package. I just think they just can't stop the run. I think that's just their biggest problem. Literally, they're 31st in rush play percentage. They're 23rd in yards per rush, given they're 30th in rushes per game. They're 30th in rush yards per game, and they're 31st in rush TDs per game. So if I had to pinpoint where I think the issues are lying, I think that they are they can't stop the run. And that speaks to the D line, that speaks to the front seven, that speaks to the linebackers, that speaks to Micah Parsons and Dexter Lawrence and all them guys where they are dropping the ball in the run game. And when you're being able to run the ball, you can control the clock, you control the game. And I'm pretty sure that's where Dallas is dropping the ball. Is the case stop the run. The pass defense looks fine. I mean, it looks pretty average from what I'm looking at statistically speaking. Like I said, I haven't watched the game, so I don't know. But yeah, that never. I don't think I've ever seen the Cowboys' run defense this bad statistically since it's been kind of like the past 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the biggest red flag that they have of what's wrong with Dallas is they can't stop the run. And if you can't stop the run, it will be hard to beat teams because you can't control the clock when you need to.
Hmm.
So if you can't control the clock, you're always going to be playing, or you're always going to be playing from behind more times than not. And with their offense not being that great as it once was, it makes it that much harder on the defense. So yeah, I'm a assume that they just can't stop the run, and that's a problem, especially in today's NFL. So I
Yeah, it
think it's
just
always
seems
been a
like
problem, but yeah.
it just seems like a lot of teams are starting to turn to be like run heavy. To where a lot of running backs are getting more touches now. There's like certain teams that do it a lot compared to like other teams, but yeah, if you can't stop the run right now, they're just going, teams that are going to run all over you if they got the opportunity to do so. So,
Excuse
but
me.
yeah, I think yeah, with the Cowboys, the defense is definitely not there anymore, and I think even with like Dak, he's having problems with his offense to where him and CeeDee Lamb aren't, they're not really clicking the way that they used to. And then you got like Ezekiel Elliott, he's back there, just not really doing too much, but I don't know. It just the offense isn't clicking as well. Like you said, they're mid offense, but their defense is horrible. So they got a lot of maybe I don't know if it's rebuilding or if it's just they got a lot of coaching to do to try and get them back on top again. But I don't know. It's just Dallas right now is very underperforming. So
Yeah. So they beat the Browns, they lost to the Saints. Crazy enough, they
mhm.
lost to the Ravens. They beat the Giants. They beat the Steelers. They lost to the Lions, and they lost to y'all, and they lost to the Falcons. And I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I don't really remember the most. I didn't even watch the last game yesterday, so I really don't remember. I just remember from what I've seen, it seemed like the Cowboys was down early, playing catch up for most of the game, and just it was a lot of little too late thing because I
Mhm.
think that guy had got hurt in the second or third quarter. So I mean, the game. I mean, on paper, 21-27. That sounds like it was a close game, but from what I've seen, it really wasn't.
Mhm.
The Niner game, I don't really remember that being close. You could probably remember more than me. Was that considered close? And that
No, we
was
blew
six
them out.
points. Yes, that was by 6 points. So
They like started coming back at the end, but they just unfortunately they couldn't. It was
same
too
thing they
late.
did with the Falcons. So the Lions that got blown out. The Ravens. I don't remember that game being close either. In that fact, I take that back. The Raven game, I don't think was close either. I think they did the same thing where like we was beating their ass early and then like had to they kind of made a run at the end.
Yeah.
I don't remember that game being close either. So I don't know. Let me see. Let me see, 14. Yeah, like we were beat like we were up 30, it was 28-6, and they went on a 19-0 unanswered in the fourth. And I remember because I was like, dog, I'm like, we finna let them come back and win this game. I seen it. I was literally watching the game. So I'm just like, I don't know. I think Dallas, I don't know if I don't think the record I mean the record is what the record is. I don't think they're genuinely that bad of a team, but I definitely do think that they are in a rut that they can't get out there. It seems like it's hard to get out of. Um Especially when you have uncharacteristic things happen that wasn't really a thing. And I really, actually, I'm going to go check real quick because I'm low-key curious now. Of excuse me. I'm fun to check something real quick because I really want to see if but you can't go through year here. Okay. Anyway, I really don't think that I don't let me see. It don't even show it up here. That sucks. Let me see if I can find them. Anyway, I'm trying to look and see what their ranks was as far as defensively, statistically, what it was. Oh, okay. So let me see. Yeah, so they were last year defensively. Well, right now, let's see. What right now they are ranked third, dead last or 30th in rushing yards, 31st in rushing defense. Last year they were ranked 16th in rushing yards attempts, like as far as given and rush yards given and 11th in rushing touchdowns. So their defense was literally a lot better last year, and offensively they were ranked number one in touchdowns, number three in passing yards. Excuse me, and number six in yards per attempt. So literally, it's like night and day. Like
Hmm.
their defense is a lot worse. Their offenses fell off. Their whole team as collective just not playing up to par.
Yeah.
And it literally starts with their defense.
Yeah,
Their
I chose
defense
their
have
defense in fantasy, and then after like
yeah
week two, I was like, nah, bro, y'all
yeah
done.
their defenses went completely haywire. Like they definitely have fell off the face of the earth. So yeah, it's just it will be hard for them to bounce back, especially if their rushing defense is just not going to step up. They're not
Yeah.
going to improve.
Yeah.
Shit. Mhm.
All right, well, that's
Mhm.
all on Dallas. Okay, so since we are halfway through the season right now, I do want to see if we can do some halfway season predictions.
Okay.
I want to know who you think is going to win each conference,
Okay.
and then who do you think is going to make playoffs, and then who
Okay.
do you think the Super Bowl champ's going to be.
Okay.
So,
All right. All right. Let me. Excuse me.
let's go to all right, who's going to win the AFC East?
AFCs. Let me look at let me look. I need. Oh, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. So I'm gonna go. I'm trying to pull up the standings because I don't really know the standings right now. Give me a second. The standings goes the AFC East. We have it's the Bills. I think the Bills win this pretty confidently.
Yeah, I was going to
I'm
say,
like,
you really got to look this up?
yeah. Well, I mean, I still had to pull it up.
So
I
we
didn't
got Buffalo
know.
at 7-2 right now. Then we got the Jets
Hmm.
at 3-6. Miami's 2-6, and then New England Patriots are 2-7. And we're
Yes.
halfway through the season. So
Yes.
unless like something drastically happens to the Bills already got that sealed. So
Hmm.
yeah, nah. I don't see even with like the Jets getting Devontae Adams, I don't see them making any type of comeback to be able to take that number one spot for them. They might. No, I don't even know if they'll make playoffs, but no, they're not. They're not taking out number one spot
Yeah, I don't think so
uh,
either. I think it's gonna be very hard for them to.
to even attempt that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. So then we got the AFC North. Right now we got Pittsburgh Steelers leading the pack at 6-2. Then we got Baltimore Ravens at 6-3, Cincinnati at 4-5, and then Cleveland Browns at 2-7. Who's taking the AFC North?
Um, I'm personally always gonna pick the Ravens any day, all day. However, I'm trying to pull up the schedules. Bear me real quick.
I mean, it's
So
only between the two teams, honestly, at this point. It's either you
yeah,
guys or Pittsburgh. So,
yeah, yeah. So I'm personally gonna always pick my boys personally. Shout out to the Steelers though. They definitely have um I mean, it's Mike Tomlin. He's never
Yeah.
had not had a winning record,
So
but
their next game, they got to play the Commanders. Then they got to play
mhm.
you guys. Then they got to play the Browns. Then the Bengals. Then the Browns again. Then the Eagles. Then you guys again. Then the Chiefs. And then the Bengals again.
They got a nice schedule to end the season. I will say that. They
You
definitely have a tough schedule to end the season as compared to us. We have
got the
so we know
Bengals,
we got the Steelers twice.
Steelers, Chargers, Eagles, Giants,
We have the Bengals Thursday,
Texans, and
Steelers,
Browns.
Chargers, Eagles, Jags, Steelers, Texans. I don't
I
know.
feel
It
like
could
you
go
guys
either
have an
way.
easy schedule compared to them.
We have an easier schedule, but not by much.
Yeah.
Just because they're conference games, not by much. Not by much. I'm going to pick us just because I believe we could beat the Steelers twice, but we'll most likely end up going 1-1. It kind of depends on what the Steelers do against the Browns because we finished 1-1 against the Browns. The Steelers can sweep the Browns. It kind of depends
Mhm.
what they do because they played them twice. So, um, they have the upper hand, I think, right now because they haven't even the Steelers haven't even played no division games.
Yeah, they got all of them
They're
coming up.
they got all of them coming up. So to have six of your next 8 games or 6 of your next 9 games to be division matchups is rough
Yeah,
to
because they're
do.
gonna be
Rough.
intense.
Rough. So excuse me. Um that is very interesting. You know what's so funny? I'm looking at schedules now. Okay, I was gonna say. Because there's some teams that haven't even played a division game yet. Like the Bears haven't played a division game yet. Some teams have played one. Like, okay. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Ravens, of course. I just think we are the better team. However, the Steelers have been playing really well. They are very talented as well. And I think their schedule is a little bit harder, so we might get the edge on that part. But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. It really depends. It really
Yeah,
depends.
I think you guys will get it just because their schedule is a little bit harder than yours.
Yeah.
But I think you guys also have more of a well-rounded team, whereas they barely have started off with their real well-rounded team. Like they're barely figuring out like, okay, can Russell Wilson, still continue to play that the way that we knew him to play at Seattle, or are we gonna throw Justin Fields in there and kind of mix it up so we got a quarterback that can run and kind of throw people out. So they still got some things to figure out, whereas you guys are already established. Um, but yeah, so I think you guys should take that. Okay, AFC South. We got Houston at 6-3, Indiana or Indianapolis is at 4-5, Tennessee is at 2-6, and Jags are at 2-7.
I'm still picking the Texans to win that division. I don't really believe. I think the Titans and the Jaguars, they're pretty much out of there as is.
Well,
And
let's see.
the Colts, I don't really believe as of now. I mean, Joe Flacco is Joe Flacco. They can still there's still room to improve. But I think that the Texans are going to do enough to keep themselves afloat.
Uh,
Um, and I don't think really they think their schedule's that hard moving forward. I mean, they have a
yeah, I'm looking at the Colts right now, and they only got two games that I'm like, okay, they gonna definitely lose those. The
yeah.
rest of
So
them
like,
should be competitive.
so they got the Texans got Detroit at Dallas, Tennessee, Jacksonville, Miami, Kansas City, Baltimore, Tennessee, Chicago. Or no, that's the whole thing. So the Texans got one, two, maybe three competitive games. I think
Hmm.
they beat Dallas. I think they beat Tennessee both times. And I think it's maybe Detroit is in the air. However, it would take the Colts to like not mess up a lot for them to even get back in that discussion because they got to win out. So I
Yeah,
don't know. I still like the Texans. I just think they're a better team, and I think they have more. They're more equipped to finish out the season strong than the Colts. But like I said, it's not really too far fetched to say the Colts as well. But I'm personally going to pick
yeah.
CJ Stroud because that's who I believe is the better quarterback of those two. See the
Yeah,
schedule.
I mean,
Let's
I could
see.
see that. I think I'm gonna say the Colts kind of take it just because their schedule's a lot easier. And Houston's struggling with the injury bug right now. So their offense is kind of struggling right now. So I don't know if they can continue to keep going the way that they can. I know she is Stroud, like he's still him and he's going to do what he can to help his team win, but you can only do so much. You need help.
I don't know. We'll
So
see. I mean, the Colts. I mean, the Colts got to play the Bills. They got to go at New York. They got to play Detroit. At New England, that probably may be a win, maybe a loss, but maybe a
Mhm.
win. I think they lose at Denver. They probably beat Tennessee at home, at New York, and then at home versus the Jaguars. They could probably finish that 4-4 or 3-5. I don't think they win more than 4 games out of that though.
Never know, never know. All right, AFC West. We got Kansas City
Kansas
at 8 and
City.
0. So you can't
Moving along,
even.
move
Yeah.
next, just
All right.
next. I just not even just.
NFC East. We got Washington at 7 and 2. Phillies at 6 and 2. Then we got Dallas at 3 and 5, and the Giants at 2 and 7. So really between two teams right now.
Right.
Commanders or Eagles.
Um,
Commanders got to play Steelers, Eagles, Cowboys, Titans, Saints, Eagles, Falcons, Cowboys. So they got probably one, two, three tough games for the rest of the season. Or Falcons too. I wouldn't undermine Falcons right now. So I'd say four. So half of their games coming up are probably gonna be pretty tough to win. And then the Eagles, they got one, two, three, four. Yeah, about the same. They got 4 games that's gonna probably be a tough one to win. So, uh,
uh, I'm going to just go with the Commanders because of the story, and just leave it at that. I don't really have a logical reason for it. I think
mhm,
logically, I mean, you would trust Philadelphia because they're more battle tested to do that.
yeah.
However, I don't really care at this point. Give me the story. Jay McDaniels will win the NFC
Finish the
East.
story. If you know, you
Um,
know. If you know, you know.
he is right now the probably the clear cut favorite. And I say he's not probably. He is the clear cut favorite to win Rookie of the Year.
Hmm.
And yeah, what better story would it to be able to make the playoffs your first year with a Commanders team that hasn't made the playoffs? I don't think since RG3 was there in
Yeah.
2013. So
No one expected it at all.
yeah, no.
At all.
Yeah, I'm going with Commanders, but I get
Okay.
the Eagles, but I'm going with the Commanders.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna go with Eagles just because I feel like they're more of a well-rounded team, and like I said, they're battle tested already, and they got momentum right now. So I feel like they can pull it off. If they get it together, they can pull it off. They got a lot of weapons. A lot of weapons. So yeah, I'll go Eagles. All right. NFC North, we
They
got
both on a winning
Detroit.
streak too. They both Commanders on a 3 game winning streak. The Eagles on a 4 game winning streak. So
Yeah.
they both got it going.
So NFC North, we got Detroit at 7 and 1, Minnesota at 6 and 2, Green Bay at 6 and 3, and then Chicago at 4 and 4. So we could just push Chicago to the side. Those are the three
No, they're not
teams.
now. How you was talking? I don't know. I don't know,
I
man.
said
Maybe they got a
beginning of the
shot.
season, people was hyping up Chicago like crazy, but it's not happening. But out of those three, so Detroit, Minnesota, Green Bay, which one do you think's gonna take it?
I like Detroit. I like Detroit because I think that one, they are probably the most complete team out of the
Hmm.
bunch. However, well, Minnesota does have a favorable schedule. I'm going to go with the Lions. I think they are the hottest team right now. I think out of these three, I think the Bears not they haven't been inconsistent, but they definitely have dropped the ball on a couple games. I mean, with the Minnesota game, they lost by one. Let's see, who did they lose to? They lost to Detroit too. So Yeah, they haven't really lost a game that I thought they would lose. So, and then their schedule for the Packers is they got to bye this week. They got the Bears, Niners, Dolphins, Lions, Seahawks, Saints, Minnesota, Chicago. I don't know. It's tough. It's very tough. I think that is going to be a three man race that's going to probably be set be solved. It's going to take all the way to week 18 for
Yeah.
that to fit to for that to fizzle out.
Yeah, it's just all three teams are just really good right
I
now.
think all three teams will be in a prime spot to win that division come week 18, and that's when it will be decided. We obviously it will be decided week
Yeah.
18, but I'm thinking it's going to take that game in particular for it to decide who wins that division.
We probably gonna see all three of them in playoffs.
We
'Cause-
could, yes, we could. Yeah, we definitely could. We
yeah,
definitely could.
but
It'll be tough because it'll be it'll be between 1, 2, and either the Eagles or the Commanders. Somebody would not make it.
yeah.
Somebody won't make it.
Um, I think I'm gonna go Detroit too, just because those were my like day one sleeper teams. I've
Yeah,
always
yeah,
said Detroit was gonna turn it around. They did, and they're
yeah.
playing outstanding right now. Like I know a couple episodes ago you was talking about how like you ain't really scared of any team right now, and I was telling
Hmm.
you like I would be scared of Detroit because hey, if you had to go against Detroit right now to be able to even if just a playoff game. You gonna be sweating the entire game because these boys are ready, ready. The way Montgomery's been playing, oh my goodness, so
We'll
many
see.
ankles on the field right now, bro.
We'll
He's just
see.
getting people out the ankles. But yeah, so I'm
We'll
going to Detroit.
see. We'll see. Look,
Um,
man. At the end of the day, the champion is if they can't get through 15, I'm not hearing it.
yeah,
It's all about can you get through 15.
yeah.
So, but yeah,
Somebody gonna have to at some
and I do
point.
not think it'll be Detroit. I think it'll be somebody in the AFC before it be Detroit.
Okay. NFC South. So we got Atlanta at 6-3, Tampa Bay's at 4-5, and then the other two we won't even mention because they ain't got no shot. Panthers and Saints ain't got no shot. They both at 2-7. So Atlanta or Tampa Bay? Which one you got winning
I think
South?
I got Tampa, I got Atlanta. I think Atlanta is probably the best team out the bunch.
Hmm.
They're right now they're undefeated in division play, which is a nice head start to have on this.
Yeah.
Um,
Kirk Cousins going crazy over there. I'm not gonna lie.
and with and
London's
with
going off.
and with what's his name? With the Buccaneers having so many injuries, I would say them, but even with them being able to compete, they're still falling short with games, and I can
Yeah.
pretty much see that being the theme all season.
Yeah.
And until they get some talent back.
Yeah, they
So I'm gonna
definitely need
pick
Mike Evans back.
I'm gonna pick Atlanta.
Yeah, same. I just Kirk Cousins has been doing a great job over there, just helping that team out. So I think
Mhm.
they can do it. All right, last NFC West. We got Arizona at 5-4, and then we got the Rams at 4-4, the Niners are 4-4, and then Seattle's at 4-5. Who do you think is taking the West?
I'll let you answer that question yourself. I'll let you answer that question first. Let's see if you can be honest.
If I'm gonna be honest with you,
Yeah, let's see if you can be honest.
I think we gonna take it just because we getting McCaffrey back. McCaffrey's coming back. Our defense is playing well. We on a win streak
When is
right
he coming
now.
back?
He said after the bye week. So this was our bye week. So he'll be back next week. McCaffrey's gonna be back healthy. Debo's gonna be back healthy.
Are you sure he's gonna be back healthy? Because that's what y'all said
Yeah,
during week 1, and then like he wasn't healthy.
bro. They literally said that he's been practicing. He's looking good. That after the bye week he should be back, and we're ready to go. That's all we needed. We just needed McCaffrey to come back to relieve Brock Purdy. That's all we needed. So he's gonna be back. We're gonna be good. Our defense is playing amazing. So it's all good, bro. Just watch.
Line
Just watch.
defense playing amazing. It's a stretch, but you got it, bro.
The past couple games they happen. Not
I'm
all the
saying
games. Past couple
defense
games.
playing
Past two
amazing.
games
It's a
amazing.
stretch.
Okay.
Like
Who you got though?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't care who win that division as long as y'all don't win it. I'll keep it a buck. I that division. If you want me to be really honest,
It's close.
that NFC West division is so mid. It is so mid right now. I don't care about none of those teams in that division. That division itself is mid. I'm sorry, but that division is mid. Nobody cares.
You think it's the worst
Nobody
division in
cares.
the worst division right now? Yeah, they do look like the worst division right now. Looking at everybody else.
No, to me, I think the NFC South is worse. I think the NFC South is worse than y'all.
But they at
I
least
think
got
the NFC,
a player, which is
that doesn't.
Atlanta.
I'm not talking about that. That doesn't matter. I'm talking about like as far as like the AFC, like the AFC, the NFC South as a whole is just like the worst division in NFL. It's been the worst division in NFL for years now. I don't think that changed, but I think that the AFC, the NFC West, when y'all in Seattle was good, and when the Rams was like right under that, that's when it was like NFC West was lit, right? Ever since Seattle kind of fell off, the Rams fell off. Y'all pretty much dominated, and Arizona has been like the little brother that nobody really cares about. Like the NFC West as a whole, the division as a whole has never really been. It never really felt like, ooh, that's a tough division. It just felt like I had a great team in that division, but it wasn't a tough division. Y'all division now, I just feel like it's just trash. Like everybody injured all the time, everybody old. You know what I'm saying? Players. You know what I mean? Like your best quarterback in that division is Geno Smith. Like it's tough out here, man. That division is mid. There's a whole
I would
bunch of
even put
mid in
Matthew
that
Stafford
division.
over Geno Smith.
Yeah, for sure. I was trolling.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Matthew Stafford. Yeah,
It
I mean
would
Matthew
be
Stafford is better.
Purdy, Stafford, Geno, Kyler Murray.
How would you feel if like Brock Purdy was probably the third best quarterback in that
I don't know because it's not. He's not, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you think that. I'm gonna let you think
Okay.
that. It's
All
getting
right.
late.
Well,
It's getting late.
yeah,
So
it
I'm
is.
gonna let you
All
think.
right. So real quick, let's skip to this. I want to know who you got winning each conference, and then who do you got winning the Super Bowl?
I think I just said that.
So who's AFC champion?
Oh, who was the AFC champion? My if I had to make a gambler's bet, I'm picking the Chiefs.
Okay. And then who's your NFC champion?
Detroit.
Ooh. You going Commanders?
I think either it would be hot take. I think it would be either Detroit or Washington.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see both
Either
of
Detroit or
those.
Washington.
I can see both of those.
Detroit or Washington. Like for me, in AFC it's either Kansas City or Baltimore, and in NFC is either Detroit or Washington. One of the four.
Yeah.
This is that's how it's gonna go for me.
I would say my NFC champion is probably Detroit, and then my AFC champion is probably gonna be Baltimore. I think it's
Okay.
gonna be a Baltimore Lions Super Bowl. I feel like you guys can like if it came down to a playoff game.
Okay, if it's us at Baltimore, we smacking Detroit. We're
No, you're
smacking Detroit
not.
for sure.
No,
Yes,
you're
we are.
not. No, you're
Yes, we are.
not. You
Yes, we
are
are. We
not.
smacking
I'm
the
so
we smacking
sorry.
Detroit for the
I'm so
trip,
sorry,
gang.
sir. You are not smacking Detroit. Detroit's got
Hey,
an
look.
elite defense, and they, hey,
Look.
hey.
Look. They haven't played an offense like ours all season. Just saying. They haven't played a team like us all year. And last year when they came into our building thinking they was hot shot, who smacked them? Yes. Don't forget we smacked them boys last year. We will do it again.
They're a
Trust
little
and believe.
different this year, sir. They're a
And
little
we a little
different.
different this year.
They're a little different.
We a little different this year. We got
All right, so
Derrick
who you
Henry
got
in the
winning the Super
backfield.
Bowl? Oh wait, you didn't even say
Uh
Baltimore, so you can't even talk about that. All right, so you
yeah,
got
if I
Chiefs and Lions.
I think the Super Bowl winner is coming through the AFC. I think it's Baltimore. Baltimore or Kansas City. Nobody is winning in the NFC. It's Baltimore or Kansas City. That's it. That's the only two teams that's winning the championship this year. That's it. Did the championship trope Super Bowl will be coming through the AFC again?
To say Detroit wins the Super Bowl for the first time ever.
Yeah, wishful thinking. You wish. You hope so. You hope so. You hope so.
Detroit about to win the Super Bowl.
You hope
Ooh,
so. It sounds good. It sounds really good.
man.
Oh yeah, nah, nah,
Man,
nah.
Lamar can get the MVP. We already know he's gonna
But
get
reflectors,
MVP.
dog. Hey, look, man. Look, hey, man. At the end of the day, if they win one before your quest for six, that's cool with me too. It don't really matter
Oh
to
my
me.
goodness.
It don't really matter to me. But at least a
Okay.
team, if the Detroit wins, at least a
Okay,
team in
here
the
we
NFC
go.
actually did something, right? They didn't just get there and
Okay.
just fold multiple times. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
You
here we
know.
go.
You
Here
know
we
what I mean?
go.
It's crazy how y'all been there the most and ain't won
Uh-huh.
nothing when it's been teams that's only got there once and won. This is crazy. Crazy.
Okay. All right.
Crazy work. Crazy work.
All right, rapid fire. Who's winning primetime games? Ravens, Bengals. Who you got?
Who you think?
Yeah, I ain't even gonna ask you.
You don't even
Yeah,
ask that question, bro. What?
I ain't gonna ask you. All right. Who else is gonna be a primetime? Oh, they got Saturday? Oh no, it's a Sunday
It's a
game.
Saturday, Sunday morning.
Sunday morning? Oh, both of
Yeah.
these? Oh, because they're
This is
no, only one of
one.
them's away. So Giants Panthers. Oh, that's horrible. That's a
I'll take
horrible
I'm taking
game.
Carolina.
Carolina. All right, I'll take New
I'm taking
York.
Carolina. I'm taking Carolina.
All right. So you got Panthers. All right, I'm gonna take the Giants. That's a horrible game to send people from another country to go watch. That's oh my gosh. Okay.
It'll be fun. It's football. It'll be
Um,
all right.
let's go Sunday night. We got Lions and Texans.
Give me Texans.
All right, bet. I'm going Lions.
I'll take Texans. I'll take Texans. I want Detroit I want Jamar Gibbs to have a good game for fantasy, but I want Houston to win.
Yeah. All right, last one. Monday night. We got Dolphins at Rams.
I'll take the Rams at home.
Fine. All right, I'm taking Rams too. I don't believe in the Dolphins right now. And the Rams got their weapons back, so you
Yeah, I'll
gotta be
take the
careful.
Rams.
All right.
I'll take the
So I
Rams.
got Ravens, Giants, Lions, Rams. You got Ravens, Panthers, Texans, Rams. All right.
Yes.
All right, man. Anything else you gotta say before we hop off of this thing?
Nah, man. I think that wraps it up on my end.
All
Another
right.
week of
We appreciate y'all for tuning in. As y'all can see, I'm exhausted right now. My eyes are closing. Like they're literally closing right now.
what made
I'm
you I'll
tired.
say what made you do it this late?
I'll tell you after.
Okay, but all right.
But yeah, so thank y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, send to a friend. Leave some comments below who you think gonna win the AFC and the NFC and who gonna win the Super Bowl for you. And if you think that what's his name, Garrett Wilson's catch was actually a touchdown, let me know in the comments below.
Yeah,
Other than
right,
that,
right.
we will talk to y'all next week. Doses.
Peace.